What's up, Taiwan? I'm Jaime Ocon with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The U.S. has announced that all 4 Sea Guardian drones ordered by Taiwan will be delivered by 2027. First ordered in 2020, the drones will arrive in 2 batches, scheduled for 2026 and 2027. They'll come with ground control stations and other support equipment. Experts say the drones can fly at high altitudes over long distances and are compatible with weapon systems, making them useful for both surveillance and combat. An annual cultural festival is attracting young artists to the southern Taiwan countryside. Tiffany Wong went to take a look.
Taking a walk down memory lane, Wang Zhaoqian has been a pioneer in the Chiayi art scene for decades. Growing up, he says the southern Taiwan county was a lonely place for artists. Wang left his hometown to study theater arts in Taipei, but knew early on that he wanted to return to change that for future generations.
I told my friends, though, that I want to go to Chiayi. They just told me, are you crazy? You back to Chiayi to do art? No, you're crazy. It's impossible.
That was over a decade ago. Now, Wang is the founder and curator of the Grass Straw Festival, one of the largest performing arts festivals in the county, which has transformed the area's art scene.
The Grass Straw Festival 它吸引了越来越多的返乡青年加入，你会看到户外的市集户外的演出，它其实都是返乡的青年组合而成的。
Some of his closest collaborators are also Chiayi returnees, like his co-curator Huang Mingzhang. Huang spent a decade working as a magazine editor in Taipei, but moved back to Chiayi 2 years ago, a move he never expected to make. But he says he's witnessed a transformation in his hometown, partly thanks to the festival.
In the past, we will think it's not possible to work with many young people in Chiayi, but now it's possible. And we work together very closely and create something like we have never imagined before.
This is the 16th Grass Straw Festival to be held here at the Chiayi Performing Arts Center. But it's also the first year that the festival has expanded into the county at satellite sites, which showcase the county's unique art and culture. This way, the curators hope to encourage more young artists from Chiayi to look for inspiration within their hometown. And in its 16th year, which marks the coming of age in some parts of Taiwan, the festival theme invites visitors to reflect on the complexities of their youth, as the curators do the same, realizing how far they've come, all while staying in their hometown of Chiayi.
When I saw the park in Chiayi or the mountains in Chiayi, I think of my youth and what I have been doing here, like when I was young.
And looking at the audiences here, coming to the Grass Straw Festival may very well become one of those formative memories for the county's next generation of artists and creatives. Devin Tsai and Tiffany Wong in Chiayi County for TaiwanPlus.
A forest museum in southeastern Taiwan is taking visitors up into the trees. Harrell Hughes tells us more about how it teaches people to balance culture and the environment.
This hike, up trees and through rocks, is not just a hike, but also a museum visit. It's part of a guided tour through the Luanshan Forest Cultural Museum in Taitung County, and it's led by members of Taiwan's Bunong indigenous community.
最主要就是森林梦是从抢救森林土地出发，找回我们人跟大自然永续对等、森林银行的概念实现在这里。
The tour begins with a prayer before visitors climb an ancient banyan tree and arrive at the primeval forest at 500 meters. The museum has been combining cultural and environmental education to visitors for the past 20 years.
最大的特色就是说，可以透过不管是在地他们的在地的族人，他们在地的青年，然后呢共同维护这个他们整个传统的一个文化。
The museum is nearly as big as New York's Central Park, and was the first private environmental education site to be established in Taitung. To preserve nature, the museum admits just 300 visitors per day, ensuring the natural beauty will continue for years to come. John Su and Harrell Hughes for TaiwanPlus.
Bangkok has struggled to improve its poor air quality for years. The Thai capital's air pollution is among the worst in the world, and school children are paying the price. Joyce Tseng reports.
Children in Bangkok are keeping their masks on in class, not because of COVID-19, but because of air pollution. Children are more at risk of developing long-term breathing problems than adults, and teachers at this public school say they're left with few options to keep kids safe.
มันก็จะคือความอับเราก็เลยต้องเปิดหน้าต่างพอเปิดหน้าต่างปุ๊บฝุ่นอะไรก็จะเข้ามาตลอดเวลาทำให้เด็กก็จะเป็นหวัดเป็นคือภูมิแพ้เป็นกับทุกคนนะคะแล้วก็เป็นก็เรื้อรังไม่ค่อยหายนะคะ
Some of Bangkok's elite private schools have air purifiers to filter out this smog, something many public schools can't afford, leaving many children to rely only on masks. The NGO Save the Children says kids in Bangkok breathed unhealthy air for 70% of 2023. Authorities have been seeking to tackle air pollution for some time. Speaking to TaiwanPlus in October last year, Bangkok Governor Sittipan was hopeful new measures starting this year would bring about change.
The effect on Bangkok effect everywhere. We will launch a campaign to improve our car engine to Euro 5, the truck and the diesel, and making the gasoline more efficient and cleaner. So you see some improvement on that.
Sittipan also pointed to agricultural burning as a major contributor to pollution. Thailand's Prime Minister Seta Thavisin recently pledged to regulate the burning of stubble while visiting a wildfire command center in the country's north.
We are going to do whatever we can to make sure that the air condition is improved.
But as the government in Bangkok searches for the right policy, the city's children can only hope for clearer days to come. Scott Huang and Joyce Sun for TaiwanPlus.
A new climate report says the world risks missing its chance to restrict global warming within a critical limit. Jaime takes a look.
The World Meteorological Organization says the global climate crisis is on track to pass a dangerous tipping point. Once the planet heats up more than an average of 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to pre-industrial levels, humanity can expect more extreme weather that will cost lives and threaten food security. In a new report, the organization says the world passed that 1.5 degree threshold between March 2023 and February this year. In that time, we've already had a taste of what's to come. Severe drought and fires from Greece to Hawaii to Canada.
Canada saw the highest burned area on record by a wide margin, over 14 million hectares burned.
And catastrophic flooding in places like Libya.
And the failure of some two dams in the area caused the destruction of large areas of the city of Derna, with catastrophic loss of life.
The United Nations is sounding the alarm.
Thousands killed, millions displaced, crops failing, and vast economic losses. The impact on sustainable development is devastating.
And all this isn't even counting the massive ecological stakes. Ecosystems from polar ice fields, where ice is retreating at record rates, to coral reefs in the warming and acidifying oceans are facing destruction. There's more bad news. Scientists not involved in the report agree that the data shows climate change won't slow down.
So the heating in the ocean, the rate of sea level rise, these things are actually increasing in rate. So it shows that climate change is accelerating.
A rare bit of hope in the report is the growth of renewable energy. The renewable sector grew by 50% in 2022. But overall, the picture is one of shortcomings. The looming failure of the 1.5 degree target, the inadequate steps to protect vulnerable people and ecosystems, and the shortage of hundreds of billions of US dollars in funding to help countries adjust. The picture is not bright. Patrick Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Before we go, check out these cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. They're blooming early due to unseasonably warm weather. I'm Jaime Ocon. Take care and see you next time.